And so our route, our origin is, this is where this becomes quite handy again, so our origin is Niue. Niue. Boom. Our destination
is NFTF.
NFTF. We don't know the runway yet. We do know our flight number, which is our New Zealand 512. Okay, activate that. Now, our route is going to, we just have it here. So it's NU. This just tells us that we're going to go at 455 knots and at flight level 360, but our actual route is Niue to TBU. So if I just type in here NU, that's our first leg. Here's our GPS coordinate. Here it does, south 1904. Here it is, south 1904. Because there's different Niues or NUs all around the world, so you've got to pick the one that's the right one. And then our next leg is basically direct to TBU, whatever that is. TBU. So that's our main flight plan. It's just 2 waypoints. It's nice and simple. We then would need to put in our performance, or actually what we'd normally do then, we'd run this pre-flight checklist. Okay, so we'll try and get an actual clearance so we can go somewhere. Oh, New Zealand 512. And we're at Niue, aren't we? Good afternoon, New Zealand 512. We're on the ground at Niue and request airways for Tonga.
New Zealand 512, you're cleared to Tonga via flight plan route, flight level 360, radar departure heading 100, squawk 6013.
Sorry, just say again the squawk code please for New Zealand 512.
New Zealand 512, that's squawk 6013.
Okay, cleared to Tonga, flight plan route, radar departure heading 100, flight level 360 and squawk 6013, New Zealand 512.
New Zealand 512, readback is correct, push and start is time now, fine.
No worries, push and start. Okay, so he's actually saying QNH is 1018, so set on your side.
Control the QNH 5, we are with you currently 120 miles away from our destination.
So the first thing is we've got to set our squawk code here, 6013.
CG 285, descend to 10,000. The Niue QNH is 1018.
And our flight level 360. Get in the load. We need to get the loads in. That's all. So if you go into your init ref page on that flight, zero fuel weight is 50. Zero fuel weight.
New Zealand 311 report level passing.
8. So type in 56.8 and put it in there. Reserves.
New Zealand 311 passing flight level. Passing 12,000 feet.
New Zealand 311 identified. Passing 4,000. Cancel the SID.
2, 3.
Intercept track. Climb flight level 300.
3.4. 3.4. That's enough to get us back to Niue. Okay, the cost index is 30. Our cruising altitude is 360. Transition altitude, remember we took...
New Zealand 311 identified.
At that stage we'd do an engine start while we're getting pushed back.
Yeah.
Which means before we can start the engines, I have to turn off the packs.
Fiji 285, crossing Lutra, turn right track Idron.
So I think we just cancelled it last time. There you go. Just wait a minute. There we go. It takes a minute to get us back.
Crossing Lutra, turn right, heading to Idron.
Looking down here for the 23%. And then straight on to M1.
Okay. Victor Hotel Bravo Romeo, Boeing 737 with you, flight level 370, currently 171 a mile south of Tonga of Powerfield. You copy?
That's it, just let it roll out. No, what he gave us was...
Lima Bravo Romeo Flower Control, good evening. Squawk 6002.
Getting going.
602 will be approaching top of descent.
We're about to enter the runway.
6002.
Okay. So in we go. So this is backtracking, okay, when you're going the wrong way on the runway. Yep, and we want to go down that way, you've got it. Yep, clear left, clear right. We enter. And what he's given us permission to do is line up. So we get down the other end, we turn around, we line up and we wait.
Yeah.
But we haven't been cleared to take off. Okay. Yeah. Okay, we can just turn those dash lights down a bit now too, just so it's not so bright in here. Turn them all the way down. Nice. So you just head all the way down to the end. Now I don't reckon there will be a turning bar, I think you'll have to just do it.
Oh, I think there is.
Okay, there's one out to the right maybe? Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. They often don't have them at these little places. No, just a little bit of thrust might have backed you off a bit too early. We're doing 20 knots though. So you tend to want to be going quite slow. When you do these tight turns, you need to almost be stopped for them to get round. The other thing to remember is the steering, the actual wheel we're turning is behind us, so you can actually like hang the cabin almost over the grass.
Yeah.
So when you head out, whichever way you're going to turn, left or right, doesn't matter. But if you're going to turn this way, head out till we're almost over the grass. So the wheel's just sitting at the edge of the tarmac. Good, let it go, keep going, all the way, keep going, keep going. Alright, now bring it around, that's good.
New Zealand 512 at runway 10, requesting takeoff.
Beautiful.
New Zealand 512, Squawk 6013.
Just squawking 6013.
Squawk 6013, New Zealand 512.
New Zealand 512, report airborne, runway 10, cleared for takeoff.
Runway 10, clear for takeoff.
10, cleared for takeoff, New Zealand 512.
You've got it, and he's saying report airborne, which I'll have to do that because you'll be busy flying.
Yep.
But so yep, 40% stable. Perfect. Hands on the throttles the whole time. Whenever you're ready, toga. Hit the toga button.
Aye.
That's it, just let them roll, just rest your hands on them. Very nice. Okay, speed is alive. Adding knots is checked. V1, rotate.
Rotate. V2.
Okay, positive rate. And your call is gear up.
Gear up.
Okay, the gear's up. We're just going to stay on the pink crosshairs for now. Just waiting until we get past 1,000.
PG 285. The winds are 110 at 14 knots, QNH 1018, runway 10, cleared to land.
Okay, those pink lines will...
Runway 10, cleared to land, PG 285, thank you.
New Zealand 512, airborne passing 2,400.
New Zealand 512 identified. Cancel reserve, turn right, intercept track, climb flight level 360.
Turn right, intercept the track and climb flight level 360, New Zealand 512. Okay, so I'm going to find us a right heading to intercept our track.
New Zealand 311, you're leaving my airspace monitor Unicom 122.8.
Just back to the left a bit, just stay with your flight track.
122.8, New Zealand 311, thank you.
See you below, and Too much.
0311, when you're 120 nautical miles from Tonga, just contact me again.
Yeah, 20 miles to Tonga, contact you. New Zealand 311.
0311, that's 120 nautical miles.
It's 120, confirmed, 120.
Okay, that's very good. So what you can see I'm doing is I'm just turning our heading to intercept our track,
Yep.
which is what he cleared us to do. He said turn right, intercept that track, which is what we're heading for, and then we'll start navigating our way to Tonga. Okay, so we're airborne, the gear comes off, the auto brake goes off, confirm the engine bleeds are on, and I would run the after takeoff checklist. Engine bleeds are on, PAX auto, landing gear is up and off, flaps are up with no lights, the after takeoff checklist is complete. Cancel those. As in I just turn the engines from continuous back to off, that's okay. We don't do the lights until we go through 10,000 feet. So almost there, but not quite. And as we get closer to that, we'll change from our heading select mode into LNAV, which will then tell us to track that pink line. If I zoom you out a bit while you're doing that, all the way to Tonga. Yep, so the first officer's call is 10,000, and you would say yes, checked on both sides, 10,000.
Yes, checked on.
Lights go off, taxi lights go off, and I do the logo light goes off at 10,000 and the wing light goes off.
New Zealand 72, continue descent to 3,000. You're cleared the ILS DME approach, runway 08, report established.
Still flying?
Yep.
It's just changed.
New Zealand 70, clear ILS 08, descended 3,000 feet.
That's it. And then follow your flight director. If your flight director tells you to turn, turn. At the moment it's just telling you to push your nose down a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Perfect. Very nice. Okay, catch